What we are going to show you now, tables which really connect myself and Richard Shaw. Richard Shaw, with whom we did a lot of important tables, and really will see Richard Shaw pinlight work on the codes. As you see yourself, some of them were significant, and no doubt, and will be for his memory definitely, because I think it is a great huge contribution to the world about the Bible code, really. Some of the very highly scientific, the condition best meetings and minimal, and it is not the science accepted the codes with this condition. So all what you see is done really in a program of Dr. Rothenberg, and he is also a scientist who came from Russia. So let us see what you see here. Amazing. So the first thing you see here, once is the Torah code, the code emet v'yashar, the code is true and straight. You see, amazing. This is really what the world is going to see. Yeah, these codes, yeah. This is what comes out where to see, and we will show it. So you have your best meeting of Richard and Shaw. Yeah, Richard and Shaw, Richard Shaw, unbelievable. Now there's a documentary, Into Darkness, came out, was the year 5775 that you see here, which is 2015, unbelievable. This was when the code came out. And definitely to do with the Torah. This was the year when the research on the code started, 5736. And this was skipped. So together, very interesting, significant table. As once is the Torah, you have this sentence, the codes are true and straight. And here you have, by the way, also interesting, is written Richard Shaw, remarkably can see Shaw and Richard. And as we said, the world will see the codes and what the pinlight did. Then we see more what Richard did, pinlight. This is also a table that he did, yeah. It means this is my program, but the English words Richard Shaw put. So what is here and what is makes it significant? So really, you can see clearly this is very significant. So you have the first thing, what lots of tables show that the Bible code are Messianic code, because this is part of the era of Messiah, that codes will come out, clear proof we brought. So you have your best meeting what was the code and Messiah, and who brought it? You have pinlight. This is also minimal appearance of pinlight. And by the way, interesting that they have the ephod here, because the ephod basically is like the code, because the high priest got the answer on these questions through the shining letters. So basically the same idea. All this comes really in a book, which is, you can see bed, is Exodus, and it comes in a few chapters, which also makes the table very significant. So you have here the year of the beginning of the research for 736, and the year when the document came out, 577 2050. Unbelievable. And you have Torah code, and you have very interesting verses which says, will show to the world, yeah, the deeds of God. So this is, as I said, a table that which also puts the English and on the Hebrew, which is intricately very interesting, showing that the codes up to the Messiah, and the Torah code, and interesting telling us when it came, yeah, when the document was 5775 to 15, and the year of the research, 5736, 1976, and effort and peanut minimal on best meeting. So these are the conditions which make the table significant. So let us see some more. This is another table, unbelievable. Here you have this part of the table, Sofen Yerae. The code will be distributed, Euphrates, and by whom? This is unbelievable. By Richard, it's in Black Richard, minimal in the Torah, and so minimal, best meeting, unbelievable. Clearly showing that Richard saw, and we see Pinlat is already will show the word, distribute the Torah code, the Bible code, and where in 5775, the first documentary, 2015, unbelievable. Yeah, really, this part itself, telling us that the code will be distributed by Richard Shaw, the code, unbelievable. And this is the part of Messiah, as we said, son of Jesse. By the way, the year 5776 to 16 was when the second edition came out. Now, what is most interesting, that you have my name here, Matityahu, and even the surname, Glazerson, could not come in one, so came in best meeting, Glazerson, Matityahu, and came exactly in the place, yeah, where we were together with Richard Shaw doing the course. You have Messiah here, and the second edition of the course, and Doctor, I'm sorry, of Messiah, which is exactly. So all this comes also in these verses, yeah, in the book of Numbers. And so. But again, unbelievable, You have minimal in the Torah, the year 5775, exactly when the code will be disputed by whom? By Richard Shaw. Most minimal best meetings, all these are conditions for being scientific. And here also telling us that a name, what is in that your eyes which see the deeds of God. Unbelievable, I tell you. Matityahu second meaning is the Torah, and Glazerson comes there. This idea of the teacher show coming here, yeah, this meeting is significant, also very, very important to see and to understand. This is also very important code, which are so. So you have here in red, code Torah code, Bible code and Torah code basically the same, because the Torah code is the right one, because it happens, Torah codes are only the 5 books of Moses. Because it's Bible code, because this is a concept was known to the world. But basically the truth is Torah code, only the 5 books of Moses, which was a blueprint of creation, not the Bible. So what you have here, you have in red code Torah. Might be significant, maybe, I don't think maybe minimal, whatever. It is interesting that the Torah code comes a bit missing with the ephod, to tell you clear similarity with the ephod and the Torah code, unbelievable. Then you have pinlight, quite small, for a small skip in clearness is the smallest, and come with the ephod again, few times with the ephod, and here is the place in the Torah which appears. So, he also clearly shows that the show, that the will show, meaning that the deeds of God will be shown to the world. So here we see it, we saw it before, but there is much more. By the way, you have here the ear, 2012. What this is doing here, because this was exactly the year that Professor Rips and myself met Richard Shaw and started play, playing, play, planning to do this YouTube Into Darkness. So unbelievable. This table called Torah and Ephod, Pinlight. This is basically the table we saw before, but we have additional ones here. If you remember, this was a God will be disputed by Richard Shaw. He made mistakes this one, he wrote Shaw with O instead of A. But comes here, interesting, this side of the table comes the year 576 million. What is the second edition of the documentary Into Darkness? And interesting is